Today's video it's gonna be all about the Celestial Charms palette by the brand by 𝕊𝕐𝕤𝕦. And if you don't know me, hi, I'm Gagacita. Welcome to this beauty space where I just love to share with you my love for makeup. Could be old makeup, new makeup, every kind of makeup. If that sounds good for you, just subscribe, turn on the notification, and if you like reviews, leave me a thumbs up. Let's freaking talk about the palette. I don't know if you saw my ranking video by where I ranked all my 𝕊𝕐𝕦 20-pound palettes. I'm gonna leave in the card here. I was really suffering of FOMO because I was not able to put my hands on the botanical palette. So as soon as this one came out, I was like, okay, I needed to grab this one here, so I did. And today we're gonna talk about it. So let's talk about the packaging first of all. 𝕊𝕐𝕦 palettes come inside a box that it's a really thick box, because inside of the box you have a lot of bubble wraps and the palette itself. Those things I will throw away, but in the back of the box you have the whole ingredient list, where in the packaging of the palette you don't have nothing, right? You don't have nothing. You only have the bunny certification right here, but then you don't have nothing else. But this thing here, it's too bulky to me to keep on my collection, so I have to throw it away. I love the way the package presents itself. It's a really minimal but still charming one. I love the color, you can see. I love the color of the packaging and the gold writing. I like the design of the packaging. It's really simple yet elegant, and I don't know, it's a pretty palette. Of course, the B of 𝕊𝕐𝕦 is raised up, as you already know if you have those palettes here. And the 20-pen palettes from the brand by 𝕊𝕐𝕦 are always limited edition. So when they're gone, they're gone. Trust me on this one. I'm still suffering of FOMO on the last palette they launched. Inside of the palette you have a really huge mirror here. I will try to not show you the mirror because there are a lot of cows here in front of me. You don't need to see this, so let's not do this to ourselves. And the palette is a 20-pound palette, and I am so glad to let you know that we have shimmers, satins, sequins, and even those squishy putty formula that I personally do love so freaking much. I know many people complains about the fact that those kind of shades tend to crease on them, but they don't crease on me, so I am happy to see them again in a palette, because the last palette that I brought from them, and there weren't any putty shades, and I do love them. But now let's do some swatches. I'm gonna swatch the palette in my whole arm here. In my arm I don't have any cream, body cream I mean, any primer, I have nothing, and the live swatches that you're gonna see close up are in the same way. 𝕊𝕐𝕦 have their own description of the colors in the palette. Honestly, I think that the 𝕊𝕐𝕦 description isn't the best, because sometimes it's a little bit underwhelming. It's like they say, yeah, that's a shimmer blue, and then when you swatch it, it's a blue that shifts a little bit of purple and has a lot of sparkles. Sometimes their description are not the best, but they put the description. Sorry, I am still a little bit sick. It seems that this year I am under the weather all the time, so sorry about that. They launched this palette here, another smaller one that has 9 pounds, and two glosses. I don't wear glosses, you know, I love my lips to be matte and transfer proof, so glosses aren't really my thing. Sometimes, from time to time, I will reach out for a gloss that I have here in my collection, but it's not like my favorite lip formula, so I will try to avoid those ones. I just use glosses when I wanna make plump my lips, right? And the smaller palette wasn't really calling my name. 9 shimmery colors, it's like, I know. So we're gonna read the color description, and then we're gonna see, I'm gonna tell you what I see in real life. The first color is the shade 𝕪𝕝, which is described to be a cream shimmer. This is the proof that I was not lying to you. This is a cream shimmer, but it has some subtle pink reflex on it. And this is not shimmer to me, this is more of a satin shimmer. Usually I don't enjoy this kind of finish. I just love this kind of finish underneath my brow bone, and since the color is this bone cream shifty pink shift color, I feel that it will work amazingly under my brow bone or to highlight your inner corner if you don't like to have something that is too much shimmer, or if you are more than 21 so you have a lot of crease on your eyes. The next shade is the shade Prophecy, which they described to be a taupe matte. Don't trust Beauty Bay with their color description, because to me this one here is a more mauvey taupe matte. It has a lot of mauve undertones. Then we have the shade Stardust, which is the first putty color of the palette, and it's described to be a golden shimmer. And yeah, it's a golden shimmer that has a peach undertone. Beautiful tone of gold. I love this tone of gold on me. Then we have the shade Andromeda, which is described to be a magenta matte, and yeah, I can see it. It's a magenta matte. It's a beautiful magenta color. This kind of colors are so pretty with your golds. I love the adding of this color in this palette. The last color of the first row is the shade Omen, which is described to be a chocolate brown matte. And this color is again a fail for me. It's like a really deep, it's almost black, but when you finish the swatch you can see that it has a little bit of brown. It's like a deep brown that it's black. It's a black with that brown undertone. You know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean, but this is what I see. It's not completely black in my opinion. Then we have the shade Zodiac, which is a deep teal matte. And you know, I love the fact that they have those print in their pants. It's so beautiful. I feel that this is the first time Beauty Bay does this, but this shade here, green than teal in my opinion. It's more of a green teal shade, but yeah, it's definitely a green teal matte shade. Then we have the shade Aura, which is described to be a Merlot shimmer. You can see this, a Merlot shimmer. They try to get you fancy here because it's like a red wine shimmer, beautiful. This one here, it's one of those classic shimmers from Beauty Bay, which I honestly don't love, but I know that many people do enjoy this kind of formula. Then we have the shade Lyra, which is described to be a deep violet matte, and yeah, I can see the deep violet matte in there that they are describing. And we have the shade which is described to be a plum shimmer shade, and I would say that it's more of a brown shade that some plum shifts and sparkles. It's not the most sparkle shade, but it's pretty. It's a classic shimmer, not a putty one. It's a classic shimmer, so it's not a bang on your face, but it's still really pretty. Then we have the shade Equinox, which is described to be a grape matte. Many people were saying that this color is too much similar to the shade Lyra. Here you can see they are really similar. I will not lie to you, they are really similar, but the darkest is your skin, the more undertones matter. And I promise you, if you have a skin darker than mine, or even my skin, these two colors will give you different vibes on your looks. So even though they are really similar and pretty much redundant in the same top palette, you can still use them in two different ways. I just will not use them in the same look. Then we have the shade Astro, which is described to be a deep teal shimmer with blue and gold flecks. Ooh, that's an ambitious description, Beauty Bay. Saying that, to me it's more of a blackened base that has a lot of blue and teal shimmer. The only ambitious description that they have is completely wrong in my opinion. Oracle, which is described to be Merlot matte with pink undertone. Like this color description though. And again, I can see it's a red wine color, a red wine matte shade. Beautiful. I love this kind of color during winter time and pretty much all year round if you just grab this color. But this part here, it gives me rich fall going into holidays time palette. Beautiful. It gives me Thanksgiving. I don't know, I don't have Thanksgiving here in Italy, but when I imagine the colors that I will wear in a Thanksgiving party, I think of something like that. Then we have the shade Galaxy, which is a washed denim blue shimmer with the pink flecks. And this one, you guys, this one it's a patty color and it is stunning. Oh my gosh. Oh, this one it's a pretty one. Oh wow. The price of the palette, it's worth just for the shadow here. So pretty. It's this. The description is, I would say that the description is pretty much spot on. And then we have the favorite color of Beauty Bay, which is a cream matte with pink undertones. It's the shade Lunar, that it's a moon print on it. So nice touch, love it. You see, it's the classic must-have color, the 2016 Beauty Guru must-have color. Just for the Caucasians one. It's beautiful. It's a color that for me is like, oh, wherever I can use it to clean the edges of my eyeshadow. Glad to see you. It's a map for me. The last color of this row here is the shade Cosmos, which is described to be a navy shimmer with blue and lilac flecks. This one is really soft. I don't know if it's a putty color. I think it may be a putty color, a putty formula, and let me swatch it here for you. Ooh, wow, this one here remember me some of my favorite indie brands shade. You can see purple, you can really distinctly see purple and blue, so it's definitely a dual chrome with a lot of gold sparkles. It's beautiful. The first color of the last row is the shade Orion, which is described to be a deep burgundy matte. Oh my god, I love burgundies. Let's see. Ooh, this is so pretty. It's the same color as my top. I love it. I will have to use this color. Some way, somehow, I will have to use this color. Then we have a color that to me is just beautiful, just make this palette beautiful, which is a pop of orange. Let's see how they describe this color. They describe the shade Comet to be a deep apricot shimmer, another putty shade. No, this is, wow, this is so unique. I don't think I have any other orangey like this in my collection. So beautiful. Just imagine these two together, we created the most beautiful wow look out there. I definitely needed to try this. Then we have a color that is the shade Solstice, which they describe to be a mulberry shimmery with lilac flecks. And this color to me is an extremely sequin shade. To me it's matte, it's not shimmer by any means. It's definitely a sequin shade, not my favorite formula. You already know I needed to try this one in my eyes because Beauty Bay doesn't really do sequin shades. I feel that this one is the first one that I see in their palette. Am I mistaken? I feel that I didn't see a lot of sequin shades by Beauty Bay, but this one here, when you swatch it, you can actually really see the sparkles. So I am kind of curious to try this one here, even though I am ready to be let down, because this kind of colors always let me down. Now I have two more shades to swatch and I have no space left. Story of my life. Then we have the shade Crescent, which is described to be a golden blush shimmer. This one, it's another putty formula, and I will try to put it. Where should I will swatch it right here, maybe. I am so thankful that I did the close-up, because here you can see nothing, let's be real. But this color, it's like a peach, a rose gold with peach undertone. Beautiful. Then the last color of the palette, Cassiopeia, which is described to be a deep mauve matte. Oh yeah, this is definitely the perfect final touch for this palette. So let me try to show you the swatches. So those were the swatches of the palette, and what can I say? I love this palette, even though we have to be honest with ourselves. This is a mauve burgundy palette with some pops of other colors. But now I'm gonna take this makeup off and I'm gonna come back to, we're gonna do the first impression look together. So keep on watching. Okay. Let me take my hair from the hair off my face. This way we can actually see the makeup right. I'm using the P. Louise base in Rumors number 2. This base, it's a little bit, it's a lot lighter than my skin tone, so it actually helps the color to pop a little bit more too, which I think it's fine. It doesn't make this whole difference, but it's helpful. And I know this base works really well with the Beauty Bay formula, because the Beauty Bay actually need a little bit more of a tacky base, in my opinion. I am so curious to see how this shade here will work on the eye, because it looks black, but I promise you, it's not your classic black, so I need to try this color here. I'm using a pencil brush, this one here, it's from Zoeva, and I will tap this color really close to my lashes, just in the outer part of my lashes. I don't know, in the eye it looks black. I don't know, in the eye it looks really black. It's a really pigmented and nice black. I will try to blend the edges just a little bit to see if it came out with some different undertone, of it is a completely me thing. I feel that it's a completely me thing. It is working as any other black in the planet. I don't know. It's a nice black, don't get me wrong, but somehow I thought it was a different kind of black, and it's not, it's just black. It's black, it's not nothing else, it's just black. Now I'm gonna start with this color here, which is the shade Orion, with my Sigma E33, and I'm working around the black that I just placed. I don't know, today I just feel like to work little by little. Sometimes you have those days where you just wanna take your time to do your makeup. It's so beautiful when you have time to do so, right? Of course, they are already blending together. Beauty Bay eyeshadows blend into each other really fast and really easy, and honestly I love the definition of this shade here. Oh my gosh, if you have blue eyes, you need to try this color around your eye. It will look so beautiful. And now I'm just blending the edges and throwing this color pretty much to the middle of my crease. Same color, really close to my lower lash line. Honestly, I could leave the look like that. I love this extremely deep dark outer part with the lightness. I like it. I'm grabbing my Sigma E27 and I want to work with this taupey shade here, which is the shade Prophecy, this mauvey taupey shade, and I'm placing this color to the center of my new crease, just like that. Don't you worry, we're gonna blend it. It's just to have a little bit of space more, a little bit more of space. Oh, this color is really dark. I thought it was a little bit lighter. I guess I was wrong about it. Really wrong. It's fine. You know what? I'm gonna clean the brush in this ∫ here. Blend the edge just a little bit. I like to go from the middle to the outer part. This way the edge is gonna be way much more softer. From time to time, clean your brush between one blend and the other. In this way it's easier to really keep on blending. Well, this look turns the vampy really fast. Am I complaining? Absolutely not. There is no way I am complaining about this beautiful look. You know what? I think I was too much upwards with my shadow. So what I can do? Grab this brush here. This one, it's a really old Morphe brush. It needs to be one of those classic shader brush. And I wanna grab the matte brow bone highlighter here, and I'm gonna place this color really close to my brows, pretty much on my brows. Can you see the difference? How it actually makes the eyeshadow blend a little bit better and don't be too much upwards. I don't know, I just like this effect. I tend to don't do this with shimmers because sometimes shimmers can be a little bit harsh, but with a matte creamy shade it's easy to do. If you're really lighter than me, you can use your powder. If this color doesn't work for your skin tone, you can use your face powder, you know, the one that you use underneath your eyes. It will work pretty too. Well, I guess it's time for some shimmer. You know what? I wanna go with this orangey shade here. I know it doesn't really, but I wanna go with it and see how it's gonna make this look appear. When I work more with this more putty shades, I like to use a synthetic brush and use the shadow as it is. You know, I am not using any glitter glue. I'm not using my brush wet. I'm just using the eyeshadow how it is, because I feel that in this way it's harder to the eyeshadow to crease on me. Ooh, this is look really interesting. Ooh. Oh wow, this look, it's really interesting. So here for it. This shade by itself screams fall to me. It screams Halloween, you know. Oh wow, this color, it's so Halloweeny. I love it. Now I'm gonna come back with that burgundy shade and I'm blending the edges of this orangey a little bit more. I know that I shouldn't, but I am really itching to add a pop of color. I know there is a lot. I was thinking on doing this one here. Maybe it's gonna be too deep. right? It will not work. Maybe this one here will work better. Yeah, but yeah, this one here will definitely work better. Or should I go for the goldy one? Yeah, the goldy one will be perfect here. You know what? The goldy one is gonna be perfect here, even though I don't feel like it. Let me see if I wanna grab this one here. The satin shade that I didn't use. Oh my god, I could use this one here as face highlighter. No, I'm gonna go with the gold one, just because there is a lot going on here and I don't really feel like to be this one here, even though it will be pretty, right? I will not be doing this. Let's do a makeup that I will actually wear outside. I don't wanna come here and do something that I will never wear outside YouTube. And I hate when YouTubers that do looks that they will never wear outside YouTube. That's not, I don't know, to me it feels dishonest. So since it's a putty shade and I really wanted to bring a lot of color to my inner corner, I'm gonna use a sponge applicator, and let's grab that beautiful gold and let's hope for the best. This gold is pretty, but I don't think it's enough to be an inner corner highlighter. It's pretty, but it's not giving. Not really happy with my choice though. I am not the happiest person in my entire life with this look. I still feel that I need an inner corner highlighter. I'm sorry, but I do need an inner corner highlighter. I will grab this teeny tiny pencil. I feel that this one was a lip brush. Yeah, it's the ℘𝒈 They don't do this brush here anymore, but this one here was one of my favorites of their line. It was so freaking tiny. It's beautiful. And yeah, I'm gonna use this satin shade here. I will take quite a bit on my brush, and then I will even spray my brush just to try to bring some lightness to my inner corner. Let's see if it actually works. Are you not working? Yeah, definitely she's not working. To be honest, if I was not doing, oh no, it's working, it's just really subtle, really subtle, really subtle. Yeah, it's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but let's be real, if I was not doing this video for YouTube, I will probably just bring out my face highlighter and then just put a drop over there. Since I have this color here, let's just highlight my brow bone a little bit. So my camera cut me out because my card was full. So I decided to put some lashes on so we can, while I was trying to empty my card, I just put some lashes on. Now we're gonna do the lower lash line and then finish the look. Okay, that sounds good for you? Honestly, this look is really wearable. It's not really Halloween-y. I'm loving that. Honestly, I'm really loving that. I'm using the lashes that I cut from Shein. You know, I love those lashes here. When you cut them out, they look so pretty. It's stupid to don't use them. You know what I want to do? I really want to add that pop of color, so I'm gonna grab this flat liner, the flat top liner brush, and oh yeah, this one here is the Sigma flat definer brush, no? And I wanna use this purple here, just in the inner part of my lower lash line. It's just add a pop of something. It's like there is something there. I don't know what it is, but that's something there. I love it. I don't know, but today I'm really feeling a black waterline, so I'm gonna use this one here from ℚ𝕑𝕑. This one is the number. Those products here from 𝕊𝕑 are amazing. You see how the eyes become instantly more mysterious and more sexy and woo. Let me just tighten a little bit. I hate to do this, but sometimes it's just a need, right? And now I'm gonna be with this eye looking like crazy. The final touch that I always do when I put lashes is to recurl my lashes. I feel that in this way the lashes just glue better. I don't know, I feel that they just works better with my eye. I just love it. Yeah, but I think that's the final look. Let me just let my hair go. Ooh, that's crazy. Okay, that's definitely the final look. I know my hair is looking crazy, but we are already used to it, right? We're already used to the fact that my hair what it wants. It doesn't just do what it wants. Today it wanna stay crazy, so we're gonna let my hair crazy. But let me zoom you out so we can talk a little bit more about the palette. That should be enough, right? And let's talk about this palette right here. First impression wise, I feel that this one is the same Beauty Bay formula that we are all used to. I do enjoy the color combo that I was able to create. Even the pop of purple underneath the eye just make the eye a little bit more mysterious and fun. I had so much fun doing this look because it's not one of those that it's not something that come easy to your mind, but already when you play with the colors inside the palette, you can really get inspired to do more looks. But in the end of the day, I have to be honest with you, this palette here, it's a purple berry palette with a pop of teal, orange, and cooler tone purple. So not the most special palette of them all, but it's a really good palette, really good. For what is it? It's a fun palette. It will not become one of my all-time favorite palettes by the brand Beauty Bay, but it's not one of those that I'm planning on decluttering as soon as I finish to do the 3 looks. You know? I just feel that this palette here will always need a companion because there are not a lot of medium light colors. There are only colors that go from medium to medium dark to deep. So, by the way, this is the end of the video. I hope you had some fun with me today. If you like this kind of content, please let me know your thumbs up so I know. And let me know down below, did you brought this palette here from Beauty Bay? Did you just let it go because you are like just don't like the color story? Did you love the color story? I want to know what your thoughts about this palette here, and see you soon. Bye bye.